Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of Kerbal Space Program. We're working our way through the last couple of scenarios to then begin playing this game properly. So last episode we had impending impact, where we, for a very short time at the beginning, actually did most of the mission, and then we wasted a ton of time in the middle doing air brake maneuver, which will probably be the last time that I ever bother to doing the air brake maneuver by itself. And then at the very end we landed. Today we do the moon orbit. Mission is in the Kerbal 11 mission is in low moon orbit. This mission is comprised of 2 docked vehicles, a landing module, and a command module. The lander is undocked from the command module, flies down to the land, and then returns to orbit, where the command module will rendezvous and dock with it. And after that, the lander is discarded, and the crew leaves Moon's orbit to return home. So there was a word here that's a problem. Docked. We've had nothing but trouble trying to dock. And rendezvous. We've had nothing but trouble trying to rendezvous. Let's see how much we can do of this, but I'm gonna quit probably pretty fast. These scenarios, they're just like, some things are really easy and then some things are really hard. So it starts like this. The scenario wants us to take this thing down. This has full fuel. This is full of fuel, so everything is full of fuel, which means which is unrealistic to begin with. Alright, so decouple node, and then I want to control from here, but I can't now, so let's see. I may have to go all the way to the Space Center. How would I do this? Let's see. Let's see if we can do this from orbit mode. We can switch to it, good. Alright, so now we're controlling this, and we're just ignoring that. And turn on SAS. Let's see, what is our orbit? I guess I just want to burn retrograde. I don't want to change anything else. Turn on RCS if we can turn that on too. And then I don't hear anything firing. Let's see. Just gonna activate the engine. And kind of bump that. Good, we didn't bump it, which is good. And the way the moon works is 13,000 meters might be more than enough to put us directly on the planet. I think at this point we would land on the planet just fine. This will be our first landing on the moon. Where's my landing gear? there's no landing gear on this thing. Was I supposed to land the other thing? Oops. I think I was supposed to land the other thing. That's fine. That is just fine. It actually works better. We will just land on the moon with this one. We'll land right on top of this with no landing gear. And because of that, looks like I've broken my solar panels somehow. Let's see. I think I probably want to retract this panel. Let's see. Just to protect it. We'll rotate around the thing and see if we had any other solar panels. What are these? Like rocket control things. Yeah, I'm just going to try and land this ship. And then we'll just take off and we'll skip the whole part about docking and undocking and rendezvousing. Because we know we don't like that part. Now I do have parachutes on this. This is the command module, almost certainly. This is taking a while. Let's speed up. Speed up to slow down. I want this down below 3 meters per second if I can get it that low. I mean, it sounds silly. I know. But that's really what I want to do. There's very little gravity. Notice we are getting that loop. Remember this loop when we did the takeoff episode? The liftoff and the flying off the planet? We're doing that in reverse. And we're pretty much going to, we can just watch it, make it a straight down thing. There's so little gravity on the planet that having anything lower is fine. Let's see. Of course, I'm very high up, so I'm gonna actually start speeding as I fall. I want to get this down to about 3, and then I'll cut the engines and start falling directly. Notice how my retrograde here is almost completely in line with the center of gravity of the moon. Let's see. So that's that. No, so now we're just free falling. We have 28 kilometers to free fall, and we're going to speed up a little bit, but we're speeding up at the vertical velocity of just falling straight down versus speeding up at a prograde orbital velocity. I say these big words. I'm not sure if I'm using them right. We can watch our vertical velocity. It's not straight down, so it's not terrible. Our g-forces are within the survivable good limits. In fact, even in the red, they're mostly survivable. We're speeding up now. Now, if we overshot it and went to like max thrusters, we might start lifting off again, which isn't terrible as long as you're quick on the controls. but you don't want to do that. You want to slowly descend. Technically, you don't want to see orbit either. You want to be surface. Because we're landing and we want to know the speed from the surface. There is no atmosphere. That means you won't get any help slowing down as far as atmosphere drag. And there's no landing gear, which means if I break this by landing on it, or if I land sideways, it's going to be a very difficult procedure to get back up into space. And I need all of this fuel because this was the wrong ship. So I don't know how far in this scenario we can really go. We might, if we land it, great. If we crash it, that'll be the end of the episode. So I want to just have it slowing down now a little bit, a lot more, a lot more, a lot more, a lot more. I'm starting to see detail on the surface, so I'm probably really close to the ground, far too close. No, that's the wrong button. Let's turn that off. Alright. Start slowing this down. It switched to stability assist at some point. Still falling, but I'm trying to slow down the speed at which I'm falling. This is literally an attempt to do the lightest of touches to the surface. We probably will be burning right as we land, and then we'll have to cut off the engines right then. Even a little bump, even a 1 meter fall might be too much. And as we get closer, we are seeing more and more detail. Looks like we're gonna land just on some flat lands, not particularly in a crater or anything. You get these little peaks and valleys, and then there are actual craters on the moon that you want to get different science from different craters. Speed up, speed up, speed up. Let's get that down. We're down to 5 meters per second. It's just this ever so gentle thing. You have to be so precise, so gentle. We're almost at equal vertical velocity, so I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. So watching this as we want to be falling still. We just want to be falling as slow as possible. Like this. This is it, this is it. We're just kind of hovering over the... Turn off the RCS, turn off the SAS. Looks like we broke something. And we did not quite land on this as much as I would have liked. So, I think this is fine. Nope, that's broken. So we probably broke both of our things. We're still rolling. Hatch obstructed. Cannot EVA. Alright, we rolled off of it. Let's let go. And bring up our Kerbal guy. So, we take a surface sample, get no science because it's already done. Do an EVA report, get no science because it's already done. That's pretty much all I can do. I'm gonna walk around. They do have the ability to repair things. So if some things, like lander legs, they can repair. So when I right click on this, if I could fix this, I should be able to fix it. But it's saying no, I can't fix that, so I guess you can't fix solar cells. I don't think I have any solar cells that work. So that's the last bit of our that is the last bit of our electricity, is all we've got. So basically what I need to do is see if I can tilt myself around. Oh, at the rocket propellant. Nope. Alright, that's better. That's a little bit better. Aim myself upward. And do I go up? I'm gonna slide along the ground up a hill, and I'm gonna do it slowly. Let's see. And I broke something. Wait, there we go. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, broke something else. Broke something else. Broke something else. Wait, they're still alive. There's still hope. What am I getting? There's no hope. Maybe it'll just flip into space and miraculously be on the exit trajectory and miraculously be on the path to Kerbal, even though there's no parachute left and there's no anything else left except for the cockpit. Oh, these guys are doomed. Doomed, I say. Let's see what happens when we fast forward. Can't warp faster than one when... These guys are just going in circles. I guess I could turn on the SAS and try to stabilize them. At least make them more comfortable as they're now stuck on this planet forever. They have some inertia of 5 meters per second, but they'll run into friction and eventually just roll down the hill. Let's go back here and look at the lander. Switch to this. Oh look, there's my landing things. My landing gears. That would have actually... The landing gears, as much as they are about being able to land precisely, they're also about all that. So there's nobody in the lander can right now. And because there's no pilot in the lander can, I can't control this ship. This would have been so much easier to land this thing. Would have been so much easier to take off on this. Let's see. Even though it's almost certainly not gonna work, let's try the scenario and restart it and start it and see if this works. Alright, so I need a guy to get out on EVA and get in. Just one. So we're gonna just let go, activate the RCS, and fly. No, I don't think there was a way for him just to crawl through the coupler. If there was, I didn't see it. And so he's looking for the hatch. And I'm looking for the hatch. There we go. Wait, board. Nope, 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 nope. Grab it. And board. And now I've got the guy. Let's see. Control from here. That's what I want. From the lander can. And then decouple node. And now we're ready to land. Just let that guys float away a little bit and activate this engine. Ready now. We're gonna do this quick and dirty. Already we would land, and we're wasting fuel doing this way, but I have no interest in trying this and going as slow as we have. So you have some thermal generators here that are giving you electrical charge, and then you have some batteries on top that are giving you some stuff. In relation to the surface, slowing down. You don't have to watch your map view, you can just watch the nav ball. Now, if I was going for more episodes of Kerbal Space Program, I would. Let's see. No, that's not what I want. I cut off the thing. I would definitely have broken up this episode. Go retrograde to the surface. I can even turn on your RCS if we have any RCS. I don't know if we do or not. I don't see any. There's no ladder, or unless that is a ladder. Is this a ladder? Yeah, there's your ladder to extend. It'd be very difficult to, if this doesn't land on its feet. With the legs, you can survive a sharper drop. Let's see. Let's go ahead and speed this up. We're at feet. Going about 200 meters per second. 13,000 feet. 10,000. Trying to reduce our vertical thrust. Ooh, I put this off till the last second. Really did put this off to the last second. Still falling. Less than 10. Probably would be fine. Slowing it down. Remember, no parachutes, no atmosphere. About 3,000 meters, we're about to land. Doing 3 meters. I see no reason why this wouldn't land perfectly fine. Unless I did something really dumb like I just did. Alright. That's good. That's good. No, 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 that's not good. Well, that's no good. Turn the RCS and SAS off. Huh. So trick here is to try and get the legs raised and not do that again as we fall down the hill. So we would get out, we would do our mission, and we'd roll down the hill. The moon is very rocky. Unfortunately, it's kind of full of dust. So these little collisions with the ground are not destroying everything. I'm not moving fast enough. I'm heading towards this crater, which would actually be beneficial. Bill Kerman here seems to be having the time of his life, and he's not having a major G-force issues. We could put on the brakes. Oh, that was a mistake. No, that had nothing to do with the brakes. So we just lost a fuel tank and a leg. Yeah. So very, very important to land properly. Let's see. See if I can get these up there. Oh. Come on. I'm gonna tilt it back and thrust. Let's see. I think Z is max thrust, right? There we go. So we made it off the planet. Next thing we would try to do would be to try and get into an orbit with that. Which go for the target. With that, all that. And if we were gonna try and do that and get into the orbit, that would be great. Do I have enough fuel to get an escape velocity of from the moon? I lost 1/4 of my fuel. So it's looking like I don't even have enough fuel to get off the moon planet. I mean, look. I'm gonna tell it to go prograde. No way was I ever going to get an orbit. At least not using the knowledge I have. So let's go ahead and exit this. And then I'm going to set this one and switch to them. I'm going to tell them to burn prograde too. And just see if I can get them both to land. Get them both towards the planet. Let's see. Retract the panels here, and retract the panels here, and burn prograde, and activate the engine. All I'm looking for is an escape orbit of the moon. There. That's all we want. So, warp here. Notice that both things are going to be sped up. One of these seems to be in an orbit. The other doesn't, so switch to this part, switching back and forth. Well, actually, you know, there's no point. This guy's dead. I just realized that he has no parachute. He has no way, unless he's gonna try the jump maneuver from the previous. There's no way he's gonna get back. So let's see. Even though he'll get into an orbit, he's got nothing. He's got no way to get onto the surface of carbon. These guys will land just fine, and I do love landing, but I'm not going to bother to show it again. You can go back and watch the last episode at the end of me landing, or you can watch future episodes when we do a lot of these things in career mode for science. But we do them a little bit better and a little bit more well thought out. The concept is what we would do, and what we did for the moon missions is we did have a lander that landed on the moon, and then we got the lander to come back up and can reconnect, and then they went back to Earth. But getting things to rendezvous, I just don't know how to do it. I don't even understand the concepts, obviously. Maybe somebody needs to put a video link in the description of somebody else doing it, because I just don't get it. The game hasn't explained it to me, and so if the game's not going to explain how to play itself, that's the game's fault. I don't buy into games being cryptic to the point where you can't even play them. So like I can try and retrograde here and fire up the engines. And burn the last of my engines there. And that got me 300 meters down. In theory, I suppose that might put you in an orbit where you could be rescued at some point in the future. I mean, he's not dead. At least you got that far. Alright. So same thing, burn retrograde. Gotta be in 1x to do anything. Notice how his orbit is completely different than their orbit, and I didn't do anything. All I did was roll down the hill. So I guess rolling down hills are ill-advised. But yeah, even that little bit requires extra work. How much fuel do I have? I have more than enough. But there we go. I'm just gonna come in hot. Let's... Oh. Oops, was coming in hot on the other side. I was gonna try and land it without doing air braking. Unfortunately, I warped past the point in which I would have just automatically crashed, and so I automatically crashed. So that's the moon orbit scenario. It's a scenario you'd almost certainly do in the game. So is this. So is this. Asteroid rendezvous. I don't know if you'd ever do that. So we're doing these scenarios but I would almost say there's no point in doing them. We're going to do Station 1 next time, and then we're going to start having some real fun. We're going to start that new career. I'm going to show you how to really play this game and make some progress. It's weird. The training in the scenarios are being very specific and not very helpful. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps me. If you want to support me further, there's two ways you can do that. One is clicking on my name, Rydo, and on the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Or you can click on the Amazon.com affiliate link in the description and just shop normally. If you want to follow or friend me on practically any social media, all that information is down below too. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.